Hello guys, and welcome back to episode 8 of my Burning Baltics campaign in Stone Division 2, playing on the Axis side. Today, hopefully we're going to be taking out the 975th Rifle Regiment. They're trying to dig in on the highway, and obviously we want to get up the highway towards Jelgava, so they've got to go. Which means that we're probably going to be attacking them today with the SS Armoured Recon Battalion, Großdeutschland, and the 26th Panzergrenadier Regiment. We're also going to have to deal with the 54th Rifle Corps HQ. They had their Su-76s. They were dragged over from the road because of the attack that we made to the left here, which destroyed the unit there. But it does kind of mean that they're going to be able to reinforce the 975th in Phase A, so we're going to have to deal with those too. So let's bring in the SS Armoured Recon Battalion Großdeutschland. We'll bring in the 26th Panzer Division. I will probably bring in the 1st Panzergrenadier Regiment of the Großdeutschland as well for Phase B, just in case. And I think that's pretty much what I'm going to bring in, because I want to leave these units to attack to the right here and hit the 270th and so on. So we're going to make this attack with just the 3 units. They might bring in aircraft because I'm not quite sure that that covers. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're going to bring in aircraft. Okay, I can see because this is slightly transparent here and you can see the line at the back there. Anyways, player control, let's jump on in. And here we are. So it is going to be a breakthrough attack because the unit that we're attacking was attempting to dig in. It's not quite dug in yet, so they're not going to have the defenses. I don't have to worry about the bunkers. But we are still in the position where it's going to be a breakthrough attack. So it's going to be harder to get a major victory or a total victory because the timer goes down a lot faster the more flags you take. So we'll be looking for a minor victory, hopefully a major victory. But I'm going to go ahead and we'll get down some troops. And I'm all set up. So let's go through them quickly. On this map, I'm doing the Panzergrens on the left here with the Panzer 38T, but one thing that I did notice is that my MG42s come in with the SDKFZ 251-17D, which has the 20mm AA cannon on it. So it's basically a half track with AA, and that's super important here because we are up against the 133rd Fighter Regiment. So I didn't really go over what we're up against actually. Yeah, the 975th Rifle Regiment is going to be in Phase A with the 54th Rifle Corps HQ, and then the 270th Rifle Division is going to be in Phase C with the 133rd helping throughout. So they're actually going to have more points than us in Phase A, which is actually kind of scary because all of our units cost a lot to bring in. Like all of my infantry is 2 points apiece as opposed to 1 point, and that's going to make things difficult. Anyway, let's get things underway. Further to the right here, got another MG42 with the 20mm vehicle, and then on the right, I did actually stack this quite a lot. I got 2 MGs with those AA vehicles. I got the Aufklärer Panther 38D, the Aufklärer Panther D, and then 2 Panzergrens in half tracks, an MG42 here with the Panther A covering the open. On the left though, we're already seeing units down there are getting closer than I thought they would. Let's just unload early. Well, these ones are coming in with 251s. Okay. We're going to get this one unloaded, and we'll have to use the Panthers here to engage at range. We'll get these unloaded as well. So we don't actually have cover those units. I'm going to need to find the ones that have AA. Okay, I've got a few more here that I can bring in that have AA options, so that's good. Gonna have to be careful against the 45mm. Hopefully I can get out of line of sight. That's good. Get the Panzergrens up here with the half tracks. That bombing strike was spot on. Hopefully I can pin this 45 though in time. I'm not too concerned about losing the half tracks. It is going to make my KD look bad at the end, but ultimately it doesn't matter because we don't lose them for good. Losing an MG42 sucks though, and that was to a 50mm. Not good. Okay, here I was in light cover, they were in heavy cover, so I had the extra range I needed to use my MGs, which was actually really important. So that was good. But lacking AA. Just gonna check. Don't think we get much more AA. Oh, the 26th Panzergren actually gets 2-star mobile wagons. We'll bring those in. On this tick, we're bringing in 3 more of these mobile wagons. Mobile wagons should be able to force back a Yak 9 in one go. The only thing that might be a problem is if they bring in more than one at the same time, then it could definitely overwhelm us. These 2-star mobile wagons are very deadly. Down it goes. Yak 9B taken out. That's very nice. The MG42 going to be smashing the 45 there. We're off to a relatively good start. I just need to make sure that I capture some flags sometime soon, because otherwise we're going to be in trouble. Need to get some more infantry here that can actually push up. Since we see an Su-76 over here, I'm going to want to bring up a tank, so we'll bring up the Aufkläder Panther D to look after itself. Seeing that there is something in here, probably going to be, I guess, another 45. They do have a lot of these 45mm AT guns hanging about, making things quite difficult to advance right now. I'm going to start moving forwards my half-tracks more aggressively. Maybe get my Aufkläder Panzer 38T into cover there would be very nice. The Yak flying about. Has an odd path though, moving from right to left like that. As if the AI changed its target, which isn't something that the AI does very often. Make sure I dodge that Yak 9 strike. Yeah, it was completely off target. It's fine. Going to attempt to push into these 2 towns. That's 2 more flags we could take. I do really need to start taking flags. These 50mm mortars from heavy cover to no cover or heavy cover to light cover can be really scary for infantry. It's lucky I'm bumping into them with my vehicles. E42. Going to be able to clean up that ZIS-3 nicely. Tempted to get the Aufkläder Panzer 38T involved, but I don't really want it to die. There was an AT gun. Engaged my Panzergrens there. That VZ-VOD PTR squad. Gotta be careful of those. 3 PTRDs. Really good at taking out lighter armor, especially my half-tracks. I'm actually going to have to be pretty careful moving forwards with my Panther here. If I end up engaging the Su-76s at close range, they can use their APCR and probably penetrate us. Also at close range, Chernos technically beat Panzergrens, so I do need to fall back from that engagement. One thing we really do lack right now is like strong close range infantry. Okay, it missed its first APCR shot, so we'll take the second shot there, that's good. Some pioneers here, gonna get some pioneers here as well. That's all the close range infantry we have. So we've moved into phase B, which means we get quite a few points because we can now bring in the 1st Battalion of the Panzergren Großdeutschland, which is good because we're gonna actually have some decent close range infantry like the Sturmgruppe to deal with some of these infantry squads in the forests. Particularly things like Chernos will die a lot quicker to Sturmgruppe. But that's nice. We've slowly captured quite a few flags now. We're up to 9 flags. slowed down the counter quite substantially. Now I just need to take the extra flags we need for the minor victory. And then we'll probably try and go for a major victory if I can. But it really does depend a lot on how much more we have to break down, really. Because there's still quite a lot of stuff in our way. So I have my pioneers arriving on this left-hand side. They're going to be able to push into this heavy cover and get us through there. It's going to be really important. Easy VOD PTR though, making short work of my half tracks, as I mentioned earlier. Do I have more AA? Let's have a look. Maybe I can bring in some more now. Because these units might just come in with some AA. Technically, the drilling is AA. But I'm gonna have to look and see. Doesn't look like we have any options really for AA. This engagement is like a complete death trap for a lot of my units. A lot of the light units in particular are going to get killed by 45 melee T-guns. They're countered by the Su-76s. Thankfully here, the Panthers have a fantastic line of sight towards this reinforcing road. We can kill off a lot of the Su-76s before they even get close. But one did manage to get into the cover, so I might even bring in a Panzertrack there. And there's the Su-76. And take that out. Looks like Yak 9B came in on the left-hand side. Probably killed that half-track. Maxims are getting the better of us here, but Su-76 at range. It's the artillery variant getting taken out. And the triple SDK Z251-17D. Gonna be hopefully annihilating that Yak 9. Yeah, very nice. Oh, Alpha Panzer 38T went down though. Oops. That would be the Su-76 here. 76 on the left. Also going to be doing some damage. Going to bring in some groups of Panthers so that we can cover our advances even more. Goodbye MG. Losing these MGs kind of sucks because they have a lot of good, like, transports. With the 251-17D, these are going to get deleted if a MG squad dies. Like, even if the 251-17D doesn't die in battle, and the MG42 does, we still lose the vehicle. So it's actually more important that I don't lose the MGs in this case. I believe I do have some mortars, so I think I might bring those in. Radio mortars to kill these OBs. M3A1 combat getting taken out. It's good. Very good. Gonna want to get these Panthers moving to the left so that we can take care of that Su-76 covering the open ground. Oh, they spotted my mortars here, so they're going to be going hard to try and kill those. Gave them something to counter-batter, and it seems like they have a lot of stuff to do that with. Right, Half-Ton Panther Ds do also need to move. I can't just sit there and take mortar fire to the face, especially when it's hitting that well. That Panther A is in bad shape. We're going to keep that out of line of sight for the time being. Oh, we're in a bad position here. That's a dead Alpha Panther D. Maybe? Maybe not. Yeah, very lucky that we did not lose that so far. Not over yet though. So we are now 15 to 9. Which is great. Capturing quite a lot of flags here on the right hand side in succession. Next thing I need to do is just get some more tanks down here. Let's go ahead and throw in some more Panther A's. Getting off that Cherno is really good. Hopefully removes whatever's there. No, it didn't. Don't need to push any further on the right. We just need to hold this flag. So I'm not going to put myself out in the open unnecessarily. It's been a pretty rough battle, honestly. We haven't lost too much, but it's definitely been difficult to manage. It's so finicky. Like having to like push forwards so slowly, making sure that I don't put a foot out of place because I'm going to get punished hard by the aircraft or by the artillery, you know, by whatever. There's so many things that could take advantage here. Ostersturm Gruppe MG. Like, there's a few units going down here and there that it's not ideal. Like, I don't really want to be losing these units because it means I have to replace them before we move up, and it also removes strength, particularly from the recon regiment, which is something that we've been using quite a lot. And I just lost another MG as well, but I think that was one of the ones that came in with the recon half track, so I'm not as worried about that one. But even so, only 1 minute left until victory, so we've got to kind of get our act together here. Looks like I maybe lost a Panther. Where did my Panther go? Unless he got stuck firing at something. I'm pretty sure I had a Panther. So we're back to 14 to 10, which means it's pretty much guaranteed to be a minor victory. I just don't really have the time to get any more out of this, I don't think. I would have to capture this flag, and these two flags maybe in order to get victory that I want. But that ain't happening. Maybe we can like rush this one down, like this one he might grab. I lost that unit in its half track, so yeah. Like I said, it's been really finicky this game. Because if I go too far forwards with any particular unit, I get punished. I've got to take it really easy. So after 24 minutes and 8 seconds, 162 kills, 56 losses. Not too bad. The Alcron Panther D certainly helped us out a lot there, but I'm more concerned about my losses than my kills. We lost an MG42. These two don't matter. None of those matter. The Panzergram matters. MG42. Lost some Panzer 38Ts. I did lose a Panther A there. Yeah, there was a few units that I wasn't too happy about losing there. We actually ended up shooting down quite a lot of their aircraft. We shot down 4 of the Yak-9Bs with 100kg bombs, 3 of the Yak-9B fighters, and 2 Yak-9Bs with 400kg bombs. Killed a reasonable amount of Su-76s. It actually wasn't as much killed as I hoped. We lost 7 Panzergrens, 4 MGs, 2 of which come with the 251-17Ds. That was a pretty costly attack. I think it mainly came down to the fact that they had the air support. So it meant that we ended up having to deal with more units than we otherwise should have. And I think it's probably going to be the same here if we attack on this right-hand side, because, again, we don't have air cover. I don't think we have any particularly good AA units. The Tigers do get their SDKF Z71s, though. So maybe we can do it. But pushing in here, we'd need to attack probably the center unit in order to have enough points backing us up in order to make a dent. It might not even be worth attacking here, to be honest. It might be better to just try and push up a little bit further and then keep them all on the right hand side with a unit dug in. I'm tempted to dig in this Grossdeutschland regiment instead, and then we'll maybe dig in the Fusilier regiment of the Grossdeutschland further up, basically where the SS Armoured Recon Battalion Grossdeutschland is. Meanwhile, though, we can move these guys over. See? And yeah, I'll just clean up the rest of my movements, I think, and find out if there's anywhere else I need to attack. and I'll be back with you guys in just a second. It doesn't look like there's any more attacks that I'm going to make here. What I ended up doing was shifting a lot of the forces further up to the top side here, and left it so I've got like 2 units each here. So I'm going to probably dig in the 3rd Battalion of the Panzergrenadier Großdeutschland next turn, and then we'll have the 36th Panzer Regiment behind it to back it up if needs be, which almost will be the case every time. And we'll just keep these dug in. I've also moved the Armoured Pioneer Battalion Großdeutschland down to the bottom side, and that will just head off against these guys as I keep bombarding them. So that is the plan. Now the only thing that I've got left to do now is shift all of these units on the right hand side, if at all. I mean, technically it's just a matter of using these to bombard, because yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to be counter-attacking here anytime soon. That's pretty much all of my movements made. I didn't really do much. I accidentally moved this artillery unit a bit too close and then had to move it back because I tried to bombard and then it cancelled the order and then I right-clicked by accident. So that's fine. This one's not in range to bombard, unfortunately. This one bombarded this unit, so it's just going to stop it coming forwards. This one bombarded here, and we bombarded this one. So then we're not going to get attacked here next turn, so I ended up moving up the 281st Security Regiment really close here, and I moved the 3rd Battalion out of the way so that that could come forwards, the 3rd Battalion, the 273rd, and they're going to dig in next turn, so we'll just have them all dug in. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, looks like all we got to do is move on to the next turn. And we're already under attack. So, we're going to have a breakthrough defense, which should be pretty fun. And it's going to be up against the 935th Rifle Regiment, up against the 1st Battalion of the 380th Infantry Regiment, backed up by all of these units. And I might as well bring in the 281st Security Division, since it's not going to be joining these battles anytime soon. That should be fine. It's a tactical battle. They are going to be bringing in some aircraft. It's going to get hairy. Jump on it. We have quite a lot of land to cover here, but we do have a reasonable amount of defenses, and honestly there isn't really too much we've got to worry about. There's only the 935th Rifle Regiment in Phase A. Other than that, it's the 766th Close Support Regiment, which is going to be like ground attack aircrafts, probably IL-2s and stuff, which just does suck a little bit, but the idea will be to basically hold back the 935th in Phase A and win the battle that way. Yeah. I could also potentially counterattack, but I don't think we really have the infantry to do that, and they're going to have more points because they have the aircraft. So I think I'll set up defensively. We'll see what happens, and then maybe I'll go on the offensive afterwards, because if we can capture all of these reinforcement points, then we can just end the battle like really quick. But I don't think that's really going to be an option, just because there is so many of them, and also because they have more points, or enough points to stop us from doing that. Took me a little while, but got there in the end. This has become quite the expansive defense. We have a lot going on. There is a couple of gun pits here with these infantry guns. We've got citadels pointed all over the place. with these trenches and in heavy cover. I've also got Grenführers dotted about, connected to commandants further back, MG34s further up, little squads of Sicherungs making pushes, just to make sure that we hold on to the extra flags, because having, well, only losing like 2 flags is fine, but losing 3 flags would make it so that it ticks slower for us. We want it to tick as fast as possible. I've got a bunch of Sicherungs here with all of my bunkers, loads of Sicherungs here, got some MGs, got some Pack 36s in case any vehicles come across, although I don't reckon there will be, but it's just in case. Loads of Sicherungs just in the town. The reason I'm using Sicherungs is because these guys don't have transports, so making sure that they're in the start of the battle is the best way to use them. And also, like, in general, the security division, I don't really care if it dies, or like if the units in it die. So it's kind of what I'm going with, just like dotting around just to make sure that they're up there at the front line where I need them, when I need them. Yeah, cool. That's pretty much it. IG on this hill, Pack 75, just making sure that I've got anywhere with super long range. We got the Pack 75 kind of covering this road, and then we've got like Pack 37s closer up. So the Pack 37 bunkers, don't really care if I lose those, so they're kind of just there to be shot at, whilst also maybe killing some transports. Yeah, we'll see how we get on. Let's launch the battle. We have our first IL-2 coming into line of sight there. Don't have anything pointing down this road. There is potential for me to bring in like a Pack 40, might be a good idea to have shooting down that road. Probably could have done that. There's our first transport kill. Pack 50 is also going to be taking one on that left side. That's all we really need. Apparently total defeat in 15 minutes, which is good enough. Although the IL-2 already coming in for that bunker, and it won't take long for these IL-2s to kill the bunkers. Only say 3 or 4 strikes. We have a couple of these infantry guns. These are up on the ridge here, looking to kill infantry that it gets unloaded by the AT gun, and so on. This particular pack bunker has already been targeted by the AI. It's got some artillery coming in as well now already. What I'm going to try and do is get these Sicherungs up so that we can defend the next point there, and I'll have some Grens also come in now to back us up, because this is going to be the point that we're going to want to hold. Make sure that we have enough of these flags so that we can hold that 14 minutes and then the job is done. Some good shots here on the Strauki. The MG bunker here as well. It's firing away. Strauki dead in no time. This bunker, unfortunately, being hit by the OB. These are actually one of the big things that are a problem for us. The OB-25 is really tough to deal with, because they do have HE to kill the bunkers, and my bunkers don't have HE to fire back. Also in this case, the Pack 37's not even in range. I might even stop that firing. I think it was only being spotted because of the IL-2. In this case, we'll probably want to fall back from the Maxim as well, so we'll do that. I do have a bunch of these mortars on the way. The mortars are here to kill the OB, smoke off the bunker, so we can maybe keep it alive. That would be really good. Bombing strike though came in, killed one of my IGs, and the other one looks like it's going to go down. I brought in my Pack 40s. One's on this road ready to transport snipe. Then we have the other on the left road there. I'm going to charge forwards one of my Sicherungs in order to spot the OB. When the OB fires, we will use our mortars. Just holding position here with the Grenführer to make sure it's in range of the Commandant. Technically it's connected to the other Grenführer. Between Commandants and leaders you have 1,500 meters, and then between leaders and leaders you only have 1,000 meters, which kind of makes things a bit finicky sometimes, but that's how it is. I want to take care of this OB, so let's go ahead and try and start mortaring that. Just need to predict its direction. I usually put like the edge of the circle on the unit when it's a support weapon, because by the time that they push it forwards it'll be in the middle. So far, this has been relatively uneventful, which is really good for us. I was expecting this to be a bit more difficult. Do need to make sure that I dodge these IL-2s though. IG-18 went down on the ridge. So I got an MG-42 jump into the church for us. That's going to be smashing the Maxim here that's pinning down the 37mm gun. Since we fired our mortars, they're going to have to do a runner because we are instantly getting counter-batteried. The reason I don't normally bring in these infantry guns is because they do get targeted a lot by the AI. Like particularly like that IG, for example, just got targeted by the IL-2s pretty much immediately. But it seems here that the AI is putting a little bit too much effort into aircraft, so it's enabling us deal with the ground forces pretty easy. Like if they had all of the ground forces come in all at once in one position, that's what we're scared of. This time with the mortars, I've got them on a shift move order. So after they stop firing, they'll automatically start moving over here. Means we will hopefully avoid the counter battery. Just need one of these mortar rounds to hit the Zob though. There we go. I'd hope that with 5 mortars, at least one of them would hit. More bombing strikes coming in onto my Citadungs here. Like they're also going for the bunker again. This one actually got down to 1 health, so we'll try and get away. I don't mind too much if the Citadungs die. They're not very useful in conventional battles, they're only good on the defensive anyway. That one getting out of there on 1 man is all good. So far so good with transport sniping. You can see there is a couple there gone down. The Pack 40 starting to do a decent job, and the Pack 50 there getting a shot in as well, and the 37. I do now have a Pack 40 coming up, so I can potentially kill those at even further away. A lot of their infantry is getting wasted here, which is great. For the time being, just going to be keeping it sped up. Not really much to see other than more transport suiciding. IL-2 coming in for bombing strike onto the 50mm bunker on the left side now. IL-2 strike going for the IG. Can't really avoid that, unfortunately. Like even if I were to slow down time and start moving it before the IL-2 strike came, it'd probably still kill it, so ideal. I put this Pack 40 in a position where it's like in the back garden. It's still got line of sight up this road. It's going to be pretty effective for us. We do have a bunch of units coming across the open now. If they get too close, the Pack 36 should be able to transport snipe some of them. The MGs would also open up. Definitely a lot more units coming in now that we've reached Phase B. I'm going to bring in both of my IG-33s. I'm going to bring in one on this side and one here, so that we can start dealing with all of this extra infantry that started to turn up. We do have my Citadungs. They are bunkered down in their trenches, firing away with their machine guns. Keeping the Separi pinned down pretty well so far. Might as well try and counter battery that SIS-3 while we're at it as well. Did lose the pack there. MG is penned down, so might as well get it out of that building. As soon as the IG-33s arrive, any infantry that comes in here is just going to get demolished. I'm going to have to dodge these bombing strikes though. Starting to actually chip these units quite a lot. There's a lot of these coming in. Thankfully they're using the light payloads, which aren't too strong. And the Pack 36 goes down. Not too concerned about the Pack 36's dying. They only have like 1,000 meter range, so yeah, they're not really very useful. There's some nice kills in with the Pack 40. Surprised those haven't been bombed yet. Probably just jinxed it. Another Citadel unit getting wiped out there. They were chilling by the barbed wire. Place they really want to be. I think as soon as my IG-33s deploy, the AI will probably target them. They are usually quite high on the priority list. This Pack 40 is just going ham on the transports. It's really nice. We've got a good pin here as well on a bunch of infantry. I'm going to be trying to get rid of the Cis-3 with the mortars to stop it killing the bunker. Only 1 minute, 50 seconds left. Almost immediately. Bombing strike coming in towards the IG. I think that was actually going for the MG-34 because I'd be surprised if it was that quick after it unloaded that it would be targeted. But these should have a really good time destroying all of this infantry in the open. On the right hand side, veterancy on those grenadiers, that's going to help out a lot. Not commander veterancy, unfortunately. This isn't close enough. I might be able to move it up a bit closer though. MG going down in the meantime to the bombing strike. Let's just get these Grens unloaded. Not moving this way. Okay. 30 seconds left. Now here comes an IL-2. What's that going for? Looks like the MG bunker, which is actually fine because we don't really mind at this point if the bunkers die. More if the units themselves actually die that we worry. IG they're going to get some decent shots off. Only one more shot off. That does kill the Strelki. Good. Alright, well 16 minutes 28 seconds is a total victory, which means we're probably going to destroy the unit that attacked us. 53 kills, 10 losses. Our losses were the IG-290s and IG-18, couple Pack 36s, couple Sigurungs, MD-34s. Yeah, unfortunate, but I think it's perfectly fine. Considering we didn't have any AA to stop them, that was okay. Could have been a lot worse. So they ended up just being disorganized. I don't think anything got destroyed there. AI just seems to be shifting up elsewhere. Got this little pocket. I might want to branch out and destroy some of these units that are coming around us. But ultimately what we need to do is get close to Jelgava and distract the units so they start coming back for us. That would be the ideal. That's it. The AI has completed their turn. I'm going to leave it there for today. In the next episode, we'll see what we want to do attack-wise. That's it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.